Welcome everyone. This is a classic tool from the famous Christopher Hills. He ran an organization called the University of Trees out of Colorado for many years. He was involved in a lot of different alternative research. He was the person who brought spirulina to everyone's attention and wrote a book on it. Oddly and surprising, he somehow attracted some bizarre virus that killed him at a young age. Very strange for a person who was into, excuse me, all of these alternative healing tools and so forth. And he was famous. He did make a few radionic instruments, which I have one and will show you eventually. But he made a lot of these little boards. And these are kind of deceptive because there really is nothing here. Basically, it's just a simple little chart. He made a bunch of other tools. I used to sell these in the past. The Pi Ray Coffer. I don't know if anybody is familiar with those or not, but I had those in the past. But this is a way of creating kind of a strong pyramidal energy. So, but he was famous for that. He wrote a book on that. And there's a lot of books by Christopher Hill in general. He was a Brit, and he did all of these things. I tried to save some of his books and so forth, but that never really worked out with his widow, and those never went anywhere because they don't want to buck the system, apparently, and work with a lot of frauds and criminals, so I allege. This is the Divine Mirror. And this is very typical. Now, first of all, we got to understand what this is. I mean, they're fun, but I mean, basically, it's just a piece of paper in a frame. I mean, that's all it is. And that's what he's done. Of course, it's a practical thing. And of course, he was very big into pendulums. But basically, it's a wood frame. This is one of his nicer ones. It's got a nice wood frame in the sealed in here. So this is very well sealed. Some of the other ones are not. And it's got a wood backing to it where he has put it on there. So it's quite a nice sealed little frame. And you use this, and we'll... I'm not going to go into great detail. Again, that's for Patreon members and All Access, where we're going to how these things are used on a greater level. But these are... basically, what you've got here, if we can get some of that usual glare we have here, if you can get, get a blood witness here, you put your blood witness there, which is a drop of blood on a piece of paper, and then you use a pendulum. And of course, there's a whole bunch of information here that you can gain using that. So it's a glorified pendulum chart using that particular blood sample. And let's kind of look at this straight down. Maybe we'll get a little better understanding of it. Here's where you put the blood sample there. Individual's tolerance for disharmony in mating. Mated waveform imbalance. There's different ways, and of course, like all this stuff, you never get full instructions, and he's unfortunately long past. And this is called the Divine Mirror. And he had many of these. He had a lot of very cool tools as well, and these pop up every once in a while. Now they're very expensive because they stopped making them. Probably, when was that? The middle to late 90s, and started the Heart Math Institute that went on past that. Which talked about particular techniques. But like so many people, once they go, everything goes with him. His books are no longer in print. He's connected to some group in Hawaii, I guess. I tried to write to them with no response. I don't think that organization is working. So he did a lot. He tried to do things. As I said, he was a big health advocate, bringing spirulina to the public, and unfortunately died prematurely of some sort of strange disease. You know, these things always reek of conspiracy because people are very actively against the medical and other establishments. So we just don't know, but here's one of his very typical boards that he offered. He offered many of these, and I have many more to show you.